showing you about the results of the previous debates throughout the year. In the first semester, we had a debate space exploration between 12C and 12D, and the winners were 12C debaters, and they are here today as finalists. Now, in the second semester, we had the second debate on gender superiority in professional careers between 12B and 12F, and the winners were 12B. They were going to have cross-examination for each team, for each point, and then we have the rebuttal. The rebuttal stage, the debaters are supposed to refute and disprove the arguments provided by the opposing team. Finally, we have the closing statement by both teams. After that, we have an awarding ceremony. We're going to get awards and certificates for all the debaters throughout the year. Please be patient, be quiet. We need some kind of disciplined attendance. We're going to start now. Definitely we have to thank our panel of judges, Mr. Shadi Sabah. Mrs. Ronaldo.
Various studies published by prestigious medical journals have shown that time has wasted, the lives of both animals and humans have been wasted, including precious resources used to inject those animals with diseases that they would never normally contract in their lives. Animals live just like we do, and their difference in action is supposedly why scientists use them as experimental groups. It is utterly wrong to inject those poor animals with chemicals and diseases in which the chance of finding a cure is extremely low. Therefore, animal testing should be put to an end due to its cruelty and definite unreliability. Thank you.
Now we're going to look at the main points of both teams. I'm going to start with the live Osman. You may start your 10 minutes now.
Although humans and animals may look different at a physiological and anatomical level, but they are remarkably similar. Animals from mice and monkeys have the same organs, heart, lungs, and brain, etc. And organ systems, cardiovascular, respiratory, and nervous system, etc. The similarity is so close, which means nearly 90% of the veterinary medicines used to treat animals are the same as or somehow similar to those used to treat human patients. For example, amoxicillin. It is a drug commonly prescribed to treat infections caused by bacteria. The veterinary equivalents are 250 mg fish pox and 500 mg fish pox. When your pet has a medical condition, your veterinarian might prescribe one or more medications intended to treat, manage, or cure the problem. Although there are some veterinary-specific drugs, but many of the drugs are widely used to treat humans as well. As you can see here in this table, for example, we have animals who are sick can use human medication in case of emergencies. This alone proves so much. We share approximately 99% of our DNA with mice, 98% with chimpanzees, 84% with dogs, 65% with chickens, and the list goes on. So how do we begin to look for treatments? We can use knockout mice to observe the effects human genes have on our body. By turning off one of the genes in a mouse common to a human, we can observe the effect it has on the mouse. A search for a cure is then undergone. This is why animal testing gives the most accurate results. But there are some people who would like to differ by arguing of the presence of other alternatives, such as number 1, the in vitro method. Culturing a cell in a petri dish or a test tube. Even though it can lessen the amount of animals used in animal testing, but in vitro for sure cannot replace animal testing as a whole. For several reasons. A test tube cannot cough. It has no blood circulatory system, no brain, no heart, and no nervous system at all. A drug just wouldn't work the same unless we use it on a living creature. So that's either those animals or us humans. Number 2. The organ-on-chip technology. A 3D microfluidic cell culture system that mimics the activities of human organs. Until this very day, the only organs developed on a chip are the lungs and kidneys. This limitation is the main setback for organ-on-chip to be an alternative to animal testing. Like police officers and firefighters, those animals are our heroes too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's time for cross-examination by both the, and we have Ahmed Mahfoud. This cross-examination will be timed and they will have 1 minute and a half.
First of all, I'd like to agree that chimpanzees are close to humans, but the way they react to medicine is different. For example, why did the animal actually die 90% of its chimpanzees?
Well, we're looking at just one animal when there are like plenty of other animals that actually helped develop the medicine world and helped us cure many diseases. So if you're looking at one animal, there are plenty of other animals that actually helped us.
This one animal is the closest to humans, as you mentioned.
Yes. Okay, so they're close, fine, but okay, you're looking at what they go. This institute eliminated all the animals, fine. Well, all the chimpanzees, as you say, fine. Okay, but others didn't, and they actually helped person.
Let's go for other animals. First of all, why did they retire them if they're important?
But they retired them, but others didn't, so they
Why
are
did
kind of like important. Maybe they didn't want to use them.
Okay, let's go for other animals such as the mice, which is one of the closest animals. First of all, rats only cause chemicals that cause cancer in rats didn't cause cancer in mice, 50% of the time. So how can you say that mice are close to humans if rats and mice are close to each other?
So we know that 99% of our genes in humans have counterparts in the mouse. 80% of identicals, one-to-one counterparts. We share 30,000 of our genes, 30,000 genes with the mouse, and only 30,000 with the mouse, and only 300 are different. Okay? So we have a lot of them, plenty, a full entire list that goes on and on of cures that have helped cure many diseases thanks to those animals.
What are the diseases?
Okay, so they're original. Parkinson's disease, hepatitis C, birth defects, bioterrorism. Shall I go on? Lung cancer, heart disease, diabetes.
The key advances in treating diabetes came from new studies and techniques of chemical purification, not from the studies of animals. And second of all, they were able to cure
Roughly 95% of cancer drugs that enter human clinical testing fail, while our incidences of cancer have continued to rise. Cancer is unfortunately not the only major disease in which animal testing is being used for nothing, but also HIV and the HIV virus joins that group. A 2008 study in the journal Rebuttals showed that more than 80 HIV vaccines successful in non-human primates failed in human trials. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration reports that 92% of drugs approved for tests in non-humans failed to receive approval for human use. This failure rate has increased from 86% in 1985. There has to be an immediate stoppage to this disaster due to the amount of lives that would be easily disrupted. For example, the arthritis drug Vioxx appeared to be safe in animal studies, but was withdrawn from the market in 2004 after causing over 60,000 deaths in the US alone. In 2007, the FDA revealed that serious and fatal adverse drug events have more than doubled between 1998 and 2005. Also, the expenses animal testing covers is completely useless when not in proportion with efficiency. In 2010, the Jackson Laboratory, a leading mammalian genetics research center, sold 2.9 million mice for a profit of $98.7 million. However, according to the National Research Council in Washington, the DAC test used to measure the efficacy of sunscreens in preventing skin damage can provide data for 5 or 6 products at less than half the cost of testing one product in animals. This diagram shows how the size of the brain impacts the differences between animals and humans that I previously mentioned. As an analogy, as pianos have the same keys, humans and animals share the same genes. What makes us different? The way the genes or keys are expressed. Play the keys in a certain order when you hear one song. Do it in a different order when you hear another song. The nature of animal testing will further be acknowledged if it carries on, and it will not be so great for our society. Thank you.
Examination of Rebuttals C and You may start now.
Okay, so let's be clear here. We're talking about planning a system of study that has been going for 100 years. And you mentioned, what? It's inaccurate. You mentioned So
of the
92%
profit.
of them failed and 80% were successful. Aren't the lives that were saved? Maybe we can justify. Yeah, we can go to justify.
Can you imagine that 20%?
The 80% of drugs that cured humans and treated them and prolonged their lives, don't they justify that
Well, they're going to 2% that killed their lives. They succeeded in animals. They failed in animals.
92% of the drugs failed in humans.
What was it?
92% of the drugs failed in testing.
It succeeded in animal testing, but it failed in humans.
No,
Cured the animal, but succeeded in failed in humans. That's what I mean.
can you restate this mistake? And the reason.
U.S. Food and Drug Administration reports that 92% of drugs approved for testing failed to receive approval for use.
That's also taken the consequences of violence. Okay? What's the reason for the failure of violence? Do you know why? Because the rate failure in animals was 0.7%, which is nothing. It takes 5,000 animals for
You talk about violence to humans. So you
violence is an example to ensure that we need more animals in animal testing. Oh, and how can we have a system of study that has been under 100 years when we don't even have accurate diagnosis?
talking about violence. To 159,000 humans. And it comes to over 60,000 deaths a year.
It was prescribed to 80 million and it cost 100,000. That's even a less than that's a 0.7. It's even less than 1.
You say it's accepting deaths. You say just saying that you're accepting
The
deaths.
drug study was they used 400 animals.
One person died in failure.
Okay,
One person died in 2008. We're talking 60,000 deaths. Go over it. Many alternatives. Microdosing. It's that mixture of doses too small to cause adverse reactions and those used in volunteers as well as animals.
Microdosing, it shows you how the drug is passed in the body and the blood. The microdosing, it shows you the path of the medicine in the body system. It does not show you, it does not even predict how toxic the drug is.
Thank you so much for this explanation.